Then he describes core values of a king, which is, it dives deeper into what each one of those words mean, devotion and where coaching is, community is, and how those core values, it's 4, and then those 4 split into 4. Nice pyramid scheme, dude. Knowledge and competence and community virtues, being in touch with your senses through sensuality, and trusting people, and guiding by the Holy Spirit, and the idea that there's another. What are you gonna do? People mow their lawn. Fucking A, it's Sunday. What are you gonna do, right? So there's an idea that we have 5 senses in the physical realm, and then there's another thing we have, basically that gut feeling. Elliot's talked about it before. I'm not gonna dive into it, but recently I had a gut feeling, and I chose a different path based on my gut versus my head, and I feel I made the right decision because of it, instead of ignoring it. Virtues that go into coaching, and all these different things that you have to be a king. And I hope to someday embody these ideals, as well as my own, keeping my own morals in check, whether people agree with them or don't. The bottom line is I don't want to force my morals or my subjectivity onto other people's morals and their subjectivity. You're living your own fucking life. I'm living mine too. I'm trying to hurt nobody. I'm just trying to do what's right by me and my own first. I don't know who said it first, but don't knock another person's hustle. And it's true, don't. Whether they do it or not, as long as they ain't hurt nobody, hey, you do you, man. Or lady. Or, since we're in that generation now, other. He jumps into the different layers of strength. Layer 1, the neuromuscular system. Layer 2, the physiological system. Layer 3, the energetic system, or energetic strength, the core value being community here. Life mastery strength, which is coaching. Basically, if you don't know something, how the fuck are you going to tell other people what to do? If you can't explain it to me like I'm 5, you don't know it. That's how I feel. And I have no problem, quote unquote, humbling myself to people that know more than me about a certain subject and saying, please talk to me like I'm 5. Because if you can explain it to the point where a child can understand it, I believe Einstein said that, then that means you understand it well enough. So he just describes all these sections, and then he jumps right into all of these sections, piece by piece. Section 1, the neuromuscular strength, and then talking about strength training, adaptation. They go into very, very deep detail about the history of how people discovered the adaptation stages, the 4 different stages of adaptation. You go from homeostasis, which is just existing, to the alarm stage, where you first pick up a barbell and your body goes, oh shit, I have weight in my hands, to the resistance stage, where it goes, I don't want to do it, and then it goes, fuck it, I did it, and it gets worn out. And you try to stress these stages differently, and it jumps into each one of these stages, alarm and resistance and exhaustion, and how to get through these different stages without destroying yourself. So then, it talks about supercompensation, which is an idea that you need to break it down to build it back up bigger and stronger, and you've got time as a line. You train, takes 2 to 3 days to return to the initial performance level. You will eventually get bigger as long as you keep climbing that super compensation point. But if you stop training for too long, you will return to where you initially were, what your body is naturally capable of, which differs person to person, which is why when people ask me, is benching this or squatting this a good thing, you can't give that number out. You can't say that's a good place for you to be, because it's so different for every person, whether you grew up working on a farm or you've been training for 20 years, you've never picked up a barbell. Genetics play such a deep role in the idea of those things that it's almost impossible to say where you should be in terms of a level of fitness. Obviously, they jump into things like overtraining and deloading. Now, I have a little quick note about overtraining, and I got it from Greg Valentino. The guy's nuts. I love him. I'd love to meet him someday. Greg, man, if somebody shares this piece of this video with you, dude, let's fucking hang out. Because you sound awesome to hang out with. You're nuts, and I love it. And you never shut up, and we'd probably hate each other after about 12 hours. And I think that would be awesome.